Now on CoastTV News.
School spending shot down.
And I can't afford no more, so I voted against it.
More reaction after voters in the Indian River District deny a spending referendum. Parking price pop. We look at the potential fee increases in several coastal communities ahead of the summer season. Terrapin tournament time. Maryland gets ready for their first round game this afternoon in the NCAA tournament.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Friday, March 21st, 2025. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick. Thank you for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour. And the question that is being asked across America today, how's your bracket doing? Mine, actually pretty well. I'm looking at the DSN website here, and I'm tied for first with Michelle Roberts in the bracket challenge. So good for me. Bob, I don't know if you filled out a bracket, but we are here on a Friday, so that's always a good thing.
That is, Matt. Good morning to you. No, I have not filled out a bracket this year. I have done it in years past. Now, weather-wise, we have seen some rain overnight. We had a good soaking, about a third to a little more than a third of an inch in some places. I'll have more on that coming up. But now the rain has moved to the east. We're seeing partial clearing right now as we have a series of cold fronts that are moving through, and it's already starting to get windy out of the northwest. You can see the showers now moving offshore, so we're done with the rain, but do watch for wet roads and puddles as you head out this morning as we're getting into a chilly northwest flow today. So we'll see sunshine, but it's going to be windy and cool. 44 in Seaford now, 45 in Redden, 48 in Ocean City, Bethany Beach 47 and 45 in Del Mar, and those winds beginning to rev up now. They're sustained around 15 to 20, even 25 miles per hour, and we're seeing gusts to 36 at Indian River Inlet, 24 in Salisbury, 22 in Georgetown. So it will be a windy and cooler first full day of spring. Here's Futurecast. You can see the colorful arrows indicating the wind this morning. So temperatures in the 40s, feeling cooler with the stronger winds. Mid-morning, 30s and 40s with the windy conditions. By noon, only into the upper 40s. But those winds gusting over 30 miles per hour at times, making you feel colder. And then by 4:30 or so, around 54 in Del Mar and Millsboro, 54 in Ellendale, and feeling colder with the wind. If you're headed out for this evening, make sure you bundle up. We're looking at clear skies, but chilly conditions with temperatures into the 40s. And it's a slow climb in temperatures today from the 40s into the 50s and gusty winds. So hang on to that steering wheel. It will be a windy one. Coming up, I'll have much more on your forecast heading into the first weekend of spring. That's coming up a little bit later on.
All right, looking forward to that. Thank you, Bob. Our top story this hour, the referendum in the Indian River School District was denied after voting concluded Thursday night. The vote total that we received from the school district shows it fell short by 675 votes. The district was hoping to get a boost from increased property taxes to pay for increasing operating costs, along with the recruitment and retention of staff. The result of that would have seen property owners paying on average nearly $290 a year more in taxes. School Superintendent Dr. Jay Owens disappointed, obviously, after learning the results of Thursday's vote. He says, quote, "We're obviously disappointed with that result, but understand this is part of the school funding process in Delaware," end quote. District officials say they will explore other options, including holding another referendum. And this just in, the referendum defeat comes at a time when property owners all across Sussex County are dealing with reassessments. All school districts saw significant increases based on figures released last month. This morning in Georgetown, 3 properties are appealing their assessment. One is on Bay Avenue in Milford, Grant Drive in Fenwick Island's another, and Sweet Street in Dewey Beach. The Board of Assessment meeting in Georgetown is scheduled for 10 a.m. Getting a live look on this Friday morning of the boardwalk in Rehoboth Beach, and it is in this city this afternoon. Some big talks on big spending are scheduled to take place. And we are getting a look at some of those options today. We could see Mayor Stan Mills and the City Council vote on this fiscal year 2026 budget. Now, we've been going through this budget this morning, and we've actually found some revisions from the previous draft. So let's take a look at those. The fire company's contribution, previously set at $200,000, that's now at $250,000. $42,000 has been added to parking for license plate recognition equipment replacement. City's now looking at a budget that is over $43 million. Time running out here. New fiscal year in Rehoboth Beach begins on April 1st. In Bethany Beach, parking may cost you more this summer. Today, the town council is looking at a big increase, could be as much as 33%. And Bethany Beach isn't alone. Several coastal communities are also looking to increase or already have increased their parking fees. Bethany Beach looking to change rates to $4 an hour. This comes after Rehoboth Beach increased their parking to $4 an hour. And we went to Bethany Beach to see how this is all being received. Here is what one man told us.
Why should you pay for parking to go spend $200 when you can go somewhere else and do the same thing and don't pay $0?
Bethany Beach officials are set to meet at 2 p.m. to discuss all of this. In terms of Bethany Beach's budget, parking is not the only issue at hand. The town is proposing a 20% increase in water use fee. That's projected to raise $288,000. These fees have not been increased in 10 years. Budget is also calling for over $1 million for street and paving projects and $600,000 for boardwalk repairs. Happening today in Millsboro, officials will discuss several possible changes to the town's charter. One of the top ones being reviewed involves requiring new developments to add topsoil to new home sites. Another change would be moving the date of town council meetings. Currently, they're held on the first Monday of every month. In Delaware, the Senate passed 3 energy bills dealing with skyrocketing utility costs, and that includes Senate Bill 59. That changes what costs can be included in rate utility hikes. And Senate Bill 60 puts a cap on annual capital expenses that Delmarva Power can recover. Senate Bill 61, that's calling for more transparency from PGM Interconnection. That's the regional operator of the electrical grid. All 3 bills passed unanimously and now head to the House. Happening this afternoon, tournament time for the Terps. After a year's absence, Maryland back in the big dance with a record of 25-8 this season. Maryland is a 4th seed in the West region. Their opponent, Grand Canyon State, who won the Western Athletic Conference. Tip-off today in Seattle is at 4:35, and I'm willing to bet here that some of the fine establishments in Ocean City will have good crowds at that time. Now taking a live look at Washington, D.C., President Trump facing some backlash from teacher unions after an executive order to dismantle the education department. And despite alarming math and reading proficiencies in cities like Baltimore and Chicago, teacher unions are claiming poor and disabled students will suffer. NBC's Alice Barr shows us how the battle comes as the White House ramps up with a fight against federal judges who rule against it.
President Trump making it official, signing an executive order
to begin eliminating the Federal Department of Education once and for all.
The move aims to fulfill a campaign promise and a long-held conservative wish to transfer full education oversight to the states, where curriculum decisions are already made and most school funding happens. Protesters from Denver to Missouri, including teachers union leaders, worry what will be lost at the federal level.
What it does fund are free and reduced lunches and special ed programs. They're hurting kids.
Abolishing the education department altogether would take an act of Congress. Democrats are opposed, and the White House and Education Secretary say core services like managing student loans and Pell Grants and supporting special education will continue.
We are looking at what other things we can transfer that might not need congressional approval at this point.
Some state education leaders welcome the efforts to cut red tape.
Optimizing the funds for the students, the parents, and the teachers by allowing these processes to get closer to where they are being used.
It all comes as the Justice Department is facing a new deadline today to fully answer questions about the deportation flights of alleged Venezuelan gang members. A federal judge seeking to determine if the White House defied his court order, calling previous answers woefully insufficient.
We think it's egregious that a single district judge is trying to tell the President of the United States who he can and cannot deport from our soil.
Part of a growing fight with the federal courts. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And we got a lot more news to get to this morning on Coast TV News Today, including Down syndrome support. We'll tell you how schools all across Sussex County will come together to celebrate students with all abilities. Also, Dewey debates rates, how the town could decide to change parking prices and align with other coastal communities. But first, Rehoboth proud of resident, how the nation's summer capital is going to celebrate one longtime local on a very important birthday. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Thought I'd pop in and say hi.
Why are you pushing us together? Because you're old.
On the season finale, someone's gonna score.
How's that feel?
Nice.
I gotta go.
Happy's Place, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
First you said you miss me, then you said you love me.
I did not say that I love you.
But you thought it.
Suits LA, new Sunday on NBC and Peacock.
It all started with a food truck and a dream of bringing excellent street food to our community. That dream became Tiki Jack's as we know it today. From mouth-watering street tacos to our signature sandwiches and street-inspired entrees, Tiki Jack's is the ultimate destination for comfort food by the shore. Whether you're dining out with family or looking for a fun night out with friends, stop by Tiki Jack's at Rehoboth Beach today for all your street eats and brews.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
5:12 on our Friday morning. The rain has ended. We're seeing the clouds beginning to break up on the Bay Health Cam 43 in Milford right now. And here's a radar replay of all the rain we picked up last night. Came down heavy at times, but now it's beginning to partially clear out, and that'll be the case this morning. It's also getting windy as we have a series of cold fronts moving through. So our first full day of spring will be a windy, sunny one for Del Mar, but with temperatures right now into the mid-40s around Del Mar, 47 in Bethany Beach, Georgetown 45, 48 in Ocean City. Those winds revving up now, gusting over 20 miles per hour, even 30 miles per hour. Indian River Inlet. So hang on to that steering wheel this morning, and I gave it the yellow light for wet roads and puddles. The rain is over, so just take it slow out there, and then things dry up as it gets windy today. It's already pretty windy, and then windy and cool for this evening, and the yellow light for the PM commute.
All right, thank you, Bob. New this morning, Rehoboth Beach celebrating one of its long-standing locals in preparation for her 100th birthday. On your screen is Mabel Gregg sitting in the middle, and Rehoboth Beach is now proclaiming that March 30th, her 100th birthday, is Mabel Gregg Day. According to the city, she has spent many years speaking up on important issues and serving the community with organizations like the Village Improvement Association and Save Our Lakes Alliance. Wicomico County is celebrating affordable housing after the success of a recent fundraiser. According to Habitat for Humanity of Wicomico County, the 14th annual gala raised $120,000, and part of the donations came from local leaders taking on their own campaigns ahead of the gala. There also was an auction of refurbished items from the Habitat Restore thrift shop. The largest shoemaker in the world is in a slump. Nike announced its global sales have fallen 9%. The sports apparel giant has seen its stock price drop 30% over the past year. More consumers are passing up pricey shoes and athletic attire for cost-effective basics, and Nike's also seeing tough competition from upstarts. Klarna and DoorDash are teaming up to offer flexible payment options in the coming months. DoorDash customers will be able to select Klarna as a pay option when ordering groceries and more, and that options will include paying in full or 4 equal interest-free installments. And there will also be a pay later option, which allows customers to defer payments to a more convenient time.
Beautiful live cam right now in Lewis on the Irish Ice. Cam, start to see stars, the moon shimmering down on the canal. Beautiful. 46. It's cooler and windy for this first full day of spring. And the weekend right now is looking pretty decent. I'll have your full forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Coast TV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, every 8 minutes, emergencies change lives. Learn how your support can provide relief and save lives. Plus, we have a sweet pet looking for a loving home. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696 or visit lizardflare.com now.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit getmonkeymagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
DSN Plus is more action. 5 live games every weeknight, showcasing high school showdowns and regional rivalries across Delmarva. Watch on your mobile devices and smart TVs. Get more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
We're approaching 5:18, and you are looking live at the boardwalk on a Friday morning in Rehoboth Beach. It was wet there just a few hours ago. Can't really tell if you can see any remnants of that rain. But, Bob, I saw you just a few moments ago working on the rain totals that we did receive overnight.
Yes, I was, Matt, and some of those rainfall totals pretty impressive. And I think the boardwalk is still wet, and we're still looking at puddles out there and wet roads, so take it slow this morning. But Laurel, about a half an inch of rain for you, just shy of that at 4,900. Slaughter Beach, 4,300. A little over a third of an inch for Georgetown and Rehoboth. With Delmar, about a third of an inch of rain. Then Lewis, a little over a quarter inch at 0.27. So a pretty good soaking overnight with the cold front. As we saw that system come through, here's the radar replay. You can see pockets of heavier rain from time to time that were moving through. Then we saw the last of it about 2 to 3 a.m. And now that system is beginning to move offshore, and we're starting to see clearing skies. So it looks like a beautiful day. We have a series of cold fronts moving through and a lot of wind energy behind this system. So it will be a windy day despite the sunshine, but we will be drying it out as we are looking at cold conditions moving in from the north and west. Even maybe some snow flurries over the higher terrain of the mountains and some rain and snow across New England. But for us, we're starting to dry things out. It will be a beautiful Friday, but a cold and a cooler and windy one. We're seeing some clouds across the plains right now, but really nothing in the way of major weather to our west. Some of these clouds will roll in as we go into the weekend. Otherwise, the weekend not looking too bad. Right now, we're looking at 44 in Del Mar, 46 in Bethany Beach, 44 in Milton and Salisbury at 44 degrees. And the bigger story this morning, too, are the winds really beginning to rev up, sustained about 15 to 20 miles per hour. And they're gusting to 24 in Salisbury, up to 27 miles per hour at Indian River Inlet, 22 in Georgetown, gusting to 25 in Millsboro. So make sure you bundle up because these 40s feeling more like 30s this morning with that wind. And you can see the multicolor arrows indicating those strong winds this morning. We're seeing a lot of sunshine today, but it's going to be windy and on the chilly side. We're still in the 40s really much of the rest of the morning, even by noon, still in the 40s. And then by 5 o'clock, mid-50s from Salisbury to Millsboro. A little cooler at Dewey Beach, 50 degrees, 51 in Fenwick Island, but with those winds feeling much cooler. Then through the overnight hours, I think we will see an increase in some clouds. I think we're looking at 30s and 40s tomorrow morning because we will see some cloud cover and the wind shifting more west-southwesterly. So some cloud cover tomorrow, but we do warm it up, in fact, into the mid-60s by tomorrow afternoon away from the coast. A little cooler at the beaches as that wind becomes a little more southwest. And those winds, once again, pretty strong as we go through your Friday, gusting 35 to maybe 40 miles per hour. So make sure you secure those outdoor items. And then as we go into the evening hours, they do start to back off a little bit and then shift to the southwest and then gusty again tomorrow. And we continue the warming process. It's going to cool down on Sunday. Looks like our next rain chance comes in on Monday. Nothing too major, just some spring showers. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. 55 today, 65 Saturday, maybe a sprinkle. Back to 53 Sunday. Some showers Monday, 65, and then cooler by Wednesday, 56, and a few more spring showers. Congratulations to John Wright from Frankfort, Delaware. He is the new owner of a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling and CoastTV.
Thank you, Bob. We have more on the parking price increases along the coast. Earlier, we referenced what Dewey Beach is looking at. Now let's take a deeper dive there. Town officials are considering raising the rate from $3.50 to $4 an hour, and they say the change would relate to the current rate in Rehoboth Beach. It was just last year the town council increased the rate from $3 to $3.50, and they say the money would go towards the town's operational budget and employee salaries.
A bunch of costs have gone up, and primarily it comes from our police raises. We got to raise employee. Everybody's due an annual raise. You know, you want to work somewhere that you can get a raise every year. So that's taken into consideration.
And town council set to discuss, possibly vote on the parking rate increase at its meeting today.
This weekend has everything you need to jumpstart the spring season. Stay tuned for your cool things to do.
Victory isn't just the finish line, it's the fire that drives us. Seizing opportunities, rising to challenges, and never backing down. At the Delmarva Sports Network, we celebrate the wins, big and small. We honor the hustle, the heart, and the heroes. Because DSN is where local teams become legends. It's where champions shine, and every victory inspires the next. Delmarva Sports Network, local teams, big dreams. Delmarva Sports Network updates can be heard on Big 107.7.
Michael Anderson of Anderson Wealth Management has the strategies you need to help plan your retirement. Catch Wise Money right here on WRDE.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view. Soaring over the shore, Mondays on CoastTV News at 6. Sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Who wants to drag out a bulky vacuum? Introducing Horsepower Duck, a super compact vac with ultra powerful suction. Clean up that mess in the kitchen, the spill on the sofa, even sawdust in the workshop. Just duck it up. The compact design can reach the tightest places, so store it in any drawer where it's always at your fingertips. You can even store it in your glove box for the ultimate car vac. The HEPA filter helps remove dust and allergens. Plus, it dumps out with ease, so it's ready to clean again. Get the Horsepower Duck hand vac for just $39.99. Order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Duck Pro package, a $30 value, yours free. You get the bendable tube, the crevice nozzle, and the soft brush nozzle, but supplies are limited, so there's a strict limit limit of 3 ducks per order. This may be your last chance to get yours at this low price. So don't delay. Duck it up today.
Call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com. So call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com now.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Lighten up your week. Subscribe to the Coast TV Feel Good Friday newsletter. Sign up now for free at CoastTV.com. Get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox.
Happening today, it's a great day to bust out your favorite footwear because today is Rock Your Socks Day. You are encouraged to wear crazy, mismatched, fuzzy, fun, whatever socks. Now, this is all in support for those with Down syndrome, and Coast TV's Charlie Sakaitis spoke with one family with a son with Down syndrome who tells us this day is about celebration and joy. Also, it's about raising awareness.
Our kids do require extra help and assistance and support and extra love, and that's what we're doing on this day.
Rock Your Socks Day is always held on March 21st. Or 3/21. It's because people with Down syndrome have 3 copies of their 21st chromosome. All right, it is a Friday morning, and we are dealing with a Friday along the coast. Bob, first Friday of spring, so yes. I have a feeling there's going to be some activity on the boardwalks this weekend.
I think so. First full day of spring, Matt, and as it arrived yesterday. So it'll be a windy and cool one. Of course, we get into any change of season. You have the battle of seasons. It's going to be windy at the coast today, Fenwick Island and Ocean City. 40s really much of the day, and then getting into the low 50s later on, but make sure you layer up. It's going to be chilly. And bring the sunscreen. UV index will be moderate. Windy in Lewis and Rehoboth with 40s, then eventually 50s. Some whitecaps definitely on the ferry ride up to Cape May. On the bay side, we're looking at 1 to 2 foot waves. Windy, chilly in Cambridge today. Highs in the mid 50s. I think your lower 50s with the wind in Crisfield. And then we're heading into the first weekend of spring and not looking too bad. I'll have much more on that coming up in the next half hour.
As we said, spring is finally here, and with it comes more events and attractions on the coast. Coast TV's Christina DeRobertis has all your cool things to do.
Art, music, and beer. This first weekend of spring is filled with cool things to do. All weekend long at the Atlantic Sands Hotel in Rehoboth Beach, it's the 2025 Mid-Atlantic Guitar Show and Swap Meet. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade new, used, or vintage guitars, this event has it all, plus live music. From guitars to fancy cars, it's one of the last weekends to catch the On the Move exhibit at the Peninsula Gallery in Lewis. With over 40 artworks on display, you'll see everything from vintage cars and sailboats to trains and other vehicles, everything that gets us from here to there. It's also Dogfish Head's weekend of compelling ales and spirits. You can sip on guided tastings, try some brand new ales, and listen to live tunes at Dogfish Head locations across Sussex County. Or if you're looking for a job, the Ocean City Job Fair is your chance to find full-time or part-time work. You can swing by the Convention Center Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon. For some more details, just head to CoastTV.com and click on Cool Things to Do.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Do you have stains in your carpet that won't come out? You need Horsepower Bullshot, the all-new hands-free carpet cleaner and deodorizer. Just spray, and the stain and odor go away. Got pet messes? This black light shows a urine stain is gone in just seconds. The advanced foam action formula penetrates deep to emulsify and neutralize stains and odors. It erases blood stains, makeup, juice, coffee, and more. For older and tougher stains, just give it a little rub and watch as Bullshot works its magic. Red wine spills? They're no problem for Bullshot. And watch up close as burnt bacon grease stains are obliterated right before your very eyes. Get horsepower Bullshot for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get yours. And there's a strict limit of 3 at this low, low price. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com. So call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com now.
DSN Plus is more action. 4 additional live stream games every weeknight and full replays on demand. DSN Plus is more local. 5 live games every weeknight, showcasing high school showdowns and regional rivalries across Delmarva. DSN Plus is more access. Watch on your mobile devices, and remember, DSN is still free over the air and on cable. But get more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to vacutrim.com.
Now on CoastTV News.
School spending shot down.
And I can't afford no more, so I voted against it.
More reaction after voters in the Indian River District deny a spending referendum. Spending strategy. The plans being worked on by several coastal communities to get their budgets in place for the upcoming fiscal year. Appealing assessments. More on tap in Sussex County as questions continue on how property value was determined.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Friday, March 21st, 2025. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick. We're looking at 5:31 on this Friday morning. The weekend's here. It's normally greeted with good news. And will we have good weather on this Friday? Well, let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey, who joins us now as you make your way out the door. Bob?
Hey, good morning, Matt. Good morning, Delmarva. I think all in all, our Friday is looking great. First full day of spring. Stay in the sun and out of the wind. That's the key for today. We had a good soaking in rain last night. Here's our radar replay. Some of that rain coming down pretty good at times, but now we're done with the rain. It has moved offshore. We're starting to see clearing skies now. We have a series of cold fronts moving through, sweeping that rain out to sea. And behind this front now, moving into Delmarva, it is cooler air, and those winds will be revving up as low pressure is moving off to the north and east, seeing some rain and snow up in New England, maybe some flurries into the mountains to our west, but it's cool and windy. That's our weather for today. As we're seeing temperatures in the 40s out the door, not too bad. 45 Georgetown, 46 Ocean City, Rehoboth 45, but the winds sustained around 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to 24 in Salisbury, over 30 at the beaches. So it's going to feel cool out there this morning. You can see the multicolor arrows indicating that, and temperatures in the 30s and 40s. A slow climb today, and by afternoon, mid-50s, but feeling much cooler with the wind. For the kiddos off to the bus stop, it's going to be a little wet, maybe a few more puddles drying out as it's breezy as well. 43 with a mix of sun and clouds, and partly cloudy this afternoon, windy and cool heading home from school, and 53 degrees.
Thank you, Bob. Our top story this half hour. The referendum in the Indian River School District was denied after voting concluded Thursday night. That total that we received from the school district shows it fell short by 675 votes. The district was hoping to get a boost from increased property taxes to pay for increasing operating costs, along with the recruitment and retention of staff. The result of that would have seen property owners paying, on average, nearly $290 a year more in taxes. School Superintendent Dr. Jay Owens is disappointed after learning the result of Thursday's vote. He says, quote, "The result of the referendum, we're disappointed, but understands that it is part of the school funding process in Delaware," end quote. And for more on this referendum and others like it across Delaware, head on over to CoastTVnews.com. This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what matters most in schools. So far, we got a good distribution of votes here. With a slight lead, we have student resources with 37%, but also a good number of people are voting for teacher retention and class sizes. And if you haven't voted yet, you can still do so if you head on over to CoastTV.com. Gina Millsboro says teacher retention matters most, saying, "My wife is a retired teacher." Well, we were supposed to have a quote there, but we'll get to that maybe later on today. But this just in, the referendum defeat comes at a time when property owners all across Sussex County are dealing with reassessments. All school districts saw significant increases based on figures released last month. This morning in Georgetown, 3 properties are appealing their assessments. One is on Bay Avenue in Milford. The other's on Grant Drive in Fenwick Island. There's also one on Swede Street in Dewey Beach. The Board of Assessment meeting in Georgetown, that is scheduled for 10 a.m. Also, a Republican-backed bill in the Senate dealing with gender transition surgeries for children that failed in the Health and Social Services Committee, meaning it will not go to the full Senate for a vote. That bill aimed to ban surgery on children if it was believed the child would eventually identify with their biological gender, and it also banned taxpayer funding of surgeries on children. So here is what the sponsor of the bill, Seaford area Senator Bryant Richardson, said after the vote in committee. "I believe the tide is turning against giving youth chemicals and surgeries, but those who profit from providing treatment will not give up easily." Today could be the day in Rehoboth Beach. Mayor Stan Mills and the City Council could vote on the fiscal year 2026 budget. Now, we've been going through the budget, several pages of it, in fact. I have that right here. And here are some of the revisions from previous drafts that we found. The fire company's contribution, that was previously set at $200,000. It's now at $250,000. There's also $42,000 being added to parking. That's for license plate recognition equipment replacement. City's now looking at a budget. It's over $43 million. Time running out. New fiscal year in Rehoboth Beach begins on April 1st. Happening today, Millsboro officials will discuss several possible charter changes. According to the agenda, one of the top things that they are looking at is requiring new developments to add topsoil to new home sites. Another change would be moving the date of town meetings. Currently, they're held on the first Monday of every month. In Dewey Beach, officials passed an ordinance that would update animal welfare policies. According to the town, the updated ordinance revises definitions and eliminates outdated procedures. This aligns with the town's efforts with current best practices in reducing stray cat populations and promoting humane care. Specifically, it clarifies categories such as abandoned, domesticated, and feral cats to ensure clearer enforcement and management. Now taking a live look at the nation's capital, President Trump facing some backlash from teacher unions after an executive order to dismantle the education department. Despite alarming math and reading proficiencies in cities like Baltimore and Chicago, teacher unions, they're claiming poor and disabled students will suffer. The move aims to fulfill a campaign promise by Trump and a long-held conservative wish to transfer full education oversight to the states where curriculum decisions are already made and most school funding happens. Protesters from Denver to Missouri, including teacher union leaders, they worry that what will be lost at the federal level. The White House and Education Secretary say core services like managing student loans and Pell Grants and supporting special education will continue.
What it does fund are free and reduced lunches and special ed programs. They're hurting kids.
We are looking at what other things we can transfer that might not need congressional approval at this point.
Abolishing the department altogether, that would take an act of Congress. Still more news to get to. Don't go anywhere. Coming up, London limits. We'll show you what is holding up flights from New York to London. Also, Maryland makes its mark on the NCAA. We have a preview as not one, but 2 Maryland teams are playing in the big dance today. An arcade achievement. How one Rehoboth Beach staple will celebrate a big milestone. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Be a part of the ultimate outdoor experience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. Join us Friday, April 25th from 3 to 8 and Saturday, April 26th from 10 to 4 at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Showcase your products and services to thousands of potential customers. Increase your brand awareness and reach a large audience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. For more information and to apply as a vendor today, visit WBOCEvents.com.
Stay tuned to get a free automatic toilet bowl cleaner from Mermaid. Your sink stopper's broken, and fixing a drain is a pain. Introducing Mermaid Drain Magic, the instant solution to most broken drains. Just remove and replace. In seconds, you can fill and drain with a simple press of a button. Drain Magic makes replacing your old, broken, rusty, even missing sink stoppers fast and easy. Drain Magic's anti-clogging basket helps prevent clogs in your sink, catching hair, food, even jewelry. Made with brass and chrome and a silicone gasket, it creates a watertight seal. Order your Mermaid Drain Magic today for only $19.99 and get a Mermaid toilet bowl cleaner absolutely free. Drop it in the tank for up to 3 months of cleaning. But wait, this could be your last chance to get Drain Magic at this low price with free toilet bowl cleaner. There's a strict limit of 3, so order now.
Call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com. So call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com now.
For your home and your range, Bad Boy mowers will tame any terrain.
Give me a home.
Designed with advanced engineering and fueled by power that's second to none.
And the skies are not black all day. Home on the range.
Bad Boy. Mow with an attitude.
Just about 5:41 on this Friday morning. The rain is over, but still maybe some wet roads in Salisbury this morning. Spicer Brothers Cam showing traffic moving along just fine. 44 degrees as we're looking at the rain clearing out. We're seeing clear skies now. The rain has moved offshore as we have a series of cold fronts coming through and a lot of wind energy with this system. So cooler northwesterly winds as we go through the day. We'll be looking at a lot of sunshine. 44 in Salisbury, 45 in Georgetown right now, and the same for Bethany Beach and Rehoboth, but feeling colder with the winds, feeling like 30s now because those winds are gusting 25 to 30 miles per hour plus. So hang on to that steering wheel. And if you are washing the car, you're in good shape the next 3 days, as I think we'll be keeping it dry as we head into the weekend. Call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone, another way to get your forecast, sponsored by Brockstead Mandalas Federico.
New this morning, a Rehoboth Beach staple celebrating 40 years of fun. Zelke says it will ring in 4 decades on the coast with special events, exclusive anniversary merchandise, and soon a new brand of rooftop mini golf. It's located in Rehoboth Beach. Zelke says it began as a place for people of all ages to have fun, and now with 2 locations, the Boardwalk and Tanger Outlets Bayside, Zelke says it's looking forward to many more years in business. Happening Saturday, if you're looking for a new job and you want to work in Ocean City, this weekend could help you with that search. Tomorrow, the annual Ocean City Job Fair takes place. Town says representatives from Beach Patrol, Public Works, the Convention Center, and more will be present. Full-time, part-time, seasonal positions are available, and the event is being held from 9 a.m. to noon.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yes, good morning, sports fans. Sorry if your bracket is already busted in our Wawa Challenge. Don't worry, mine's not too much better. But you can watch multiple Maryland colleges in action today. 4-seeded Maryland takes on 13-seed Grand Canyon at 4:35 today in Seattle. The Terps eye their first tournament win since beating West Virginia 2 years ago. And with a W, the Terps would face the winner of Memphis and Colorado State. First, they got to get past the Antelopes, who beat 5-seeded St. Mary's last year. And their head coach, Bryce Drew, is no stranger to 13-4 upsets. You might remember his heroic shot to lift Valparaiso over Ole Miss in the 1998 tournament. The Western Athletic Conference champs try to mimic their coach today at 4:35 on TBS. Also, Mount St. Mary's battles #1 Duke before that on WBOC at 2:50. Whatever happens today, it has been one heck of a ride for the Mountaineers. MAC champs for the first time, and then the program's 3rd ever NCAA tournament win against American to get to the round of 64. Mountaineers and Blue Devils tip-off at 2:50 in Raleigh. As for our next broadcast, we'll be up in Harrington, Delaware tomorrow for Stellar Fight 66. You can watch 11 bouts up at the Raceway and Casino beginning at 6, and all the action will be edited and televised next weekend. Again, that's 6 o'clock and doors open at 5. That over sports. Have a great day, everybody.
Coming up tonight on DSN at 8, Delaware High School baseball as Sussex Central takes on Appoquinimink. Then it's the final score at 10:30. An Oscar-winning movie is getting a sequel. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
All right, who's in there?
I'm sorry. Welcome to the land of your ancestors.
Miguel?
We're your family. You're skeletons.
You're alive!
Pixar is planning a sequel to its 2017 hit Coco. Disney chief Bob Iger announced at the company's annual shareholder meeting Coco 2 is due in 2029. No word on a plot, but the original directors are on board. This is Walt Disney as you've never seen him before. These rare photos from the early 1920s are part of the latest Disney auction at Van Eaton Galleries. They're part of the estate of another animation legend, Bob Clampett. The auction takes place this weekend. More info at vegalleries.com.
Is it a prank? Is it a work of art? Is it a social experiment?
It was like this alternate universe that's within the real world.
In 2003, 8 Rhode Island artists created a secret apartment inside Providence Place Mall and lived there for 4 years as both a work of art and a protest against gentrification. A new documentary, Secret Mall Apartment, reunites the participants and uses their home movies to show how and why they pulled it off. The film debuts this weekend. Locations and showtimes at secretmallapartment.com. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Rough week? Cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com/signup. Get your weekly dose of joy directly into your inbox on Friday. That's today, Bob.
That is today, the first full day of spring, Matt, and we're drying things out after last night's rain. Roads drying out on the Tidal Health Cam in Salisbury, and that wind and the cooler conditions will dry us out today for the first full day of spring. The weekend looking pretty decent. Looks like more rain early next week. I'll have your full forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Coast TV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, every 8 minutes, emergencies change lives. Learn how your support can provide relief and save lives. Plus, we have a sweet pet looking for a loving home. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
We planned a trip to go to Miami. Your cousin accused you of stealing $2,600. I said, let them all take a lie detector test. The test results were negative. I wouldn't want to go with you on vacation either.
Judge Judy.
Friday at 2 on Coast TV.
Time is 5:48, and we're getting a live look at Salisbury. First Friday of spring. Bob, we're still in the month of March, so overall, I'm giving this one a not so bad rating for what you're about to tell us.
Yeah, I'd say not so bad, Matt. Pretty average, you know. Our spring highs this time of year into the mid-50s, so we'll be close to that. It will be windy out there today. We do dry it out after last night's rain, and I think we could see wind gusts 35 to 40 miles per hour, so make sure you secure those outdoor items or bring them in, and be careful driving in open areas. You could get buffeted around by that wind. Weekend looking okay. Mild Saturday, a cooler Sunday, and staying dry. Then I think a wet start to next week with more spring showers. On Monday, we had some of those showers last night. This is a 6-hour radar replay of the rain we picked up. Some of that came down at a pretty good clip, but now it's clearing out. Behind that system, we have a series of cold fronts sliding through, pushing that system out to sea, and behind it, we're seeing a lot of wind energy. We've got low pressure to the north, high pressure building in from the west. So right in between those, we have that northwesterly flow. Even some flurries into the mountains well to our west, and some flurries and some snow showers and rain showers up into New England. But for us, it's a clearing trend. Seeing some clouds across the central plains, but all in all, pretty quiet out here. And then some of these clouds will be drifting in as we go into your Saturday. Out the door this morning, it is chilly into the mid-40s, feeling colder with the wind. 45 Georgetown, 44 Rehoboth, Seaford right now at 43. And those winds are revving up, sustained 10 to 20 miles per hour, even stronger. We're seeing gusts now to 30 at Indian River Inlet, 22 in Seaford, gusting to 26 in Ocean City and Millsboro. So dress for colder weather because these 40s feeling more like 30s with the wind. You can see the colorful arrows indicating the strong winds as we go through the day, and it's a slow climb through the 40s this morning. By noon, we're into the upper 40s, full sunshine, but it's going to be windy pretty much all day. And I think our high temperatures occur later this afternoon and this evening. 54 around Millsboro and Seaford, lower 50s from Fenwick Island up to Rehoboth. Those winds will relax through this evening, clear skies, then increasing clouds overnight. I think we're in the 30s and 40s Saturday morning as the winds take more of a southwesterly component. So I think we're warming through the 50s and then into the mid-60s tomorrow afternoon. Not bad. Millsboro 65, 63 in Seaford, but it'll still be breezy to windy with those winds gusting over 30 miles per hour. Maybe a sprinkle into the afternoon, but you can see those gusty winds 35 to maybe 40 miles per hour today. They do slacken off this evening, and then they shift more southwesterly into Saturday, and they're strong once again, 30 miles per hour or even higher, but they do warm us up. And then we're cooler on Sunday, and then clouds increase later Sunday. Looks like our next system, not a really strong one, brings some showers in as we head into your Monday. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 55 windy today, and then up to 65 on Saturday, kind of up and down temperatures, and then a cooler Sunday, 53. Showers Monday and 65, dry Tuesday. Looks like another shower chance Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-50s, and those mid-50s continue into Thursday.
Thank you, Bob. This just in, U.S. flights from JFK Airport in New York have been affected after a huge fire near London's Heathrow Airport caused it to lose power and close down. That closure of Heathrow expected about infecting 1,300 flights. Reports say that it's really going to have an issue today. The shutdown of Heathrow, the result, again, of a fire there. An update on a story that we've been covering for well over a year, and now a new bill in the Delaware General Assembly aims to limit how much counties can restrict marijuana businesses. Senate Bill 75 would set statewide rules on store hours and zoning while claiming to protect sensitive areas like schools. The bill's sponsor, Dover area Democrat Sherry Parody, targeting Sussex County with this one, saying that they passed an ordinance making it impossible to operate a retail marijuana facility. And he says this bill would change that. A bill that would ban the sale of a drug called gas station heroin has passed the Delaware State House this week. House Bill 21 is sponsored by Kim Williams, who said in a statement, the drug's widespread availability in convenience stores may give people the impression that it's safe, but that could not be further from the truth. The bill is now headed to the Senate.
Now we're seeing a drying trend right now and some breaks in the overcast in Lewis on the Irish Ice Cam. Just saw the moon a little while ago. We're looking at cooler and windy conditions for the first full day of spring today. And the weekend looking pretty decent, and then another rain chance as we go into Monday. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
Turn your dreams of a perfect kitchen into reality with That Cabinet Store, where a dedicated team of designers will bring your vision to life. Whether it's traditional or European, kitchen design is our specialty. And we can get your fully customized kitchen cabinets installed in as little as 4 weeks, semi-custom in 10 days. And if you're looking for new countertops, we offer quality in-house fabricated countertops. Dream today, designs for tomorrow at That Cabinet Store, located with Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury.
Dandelions, a bright yellow warning that now is the time for prevention because crabgrass and clover aren't far behind. Hillside Lawn Service has been making lawns around the Chesapeake healthier and weed-free for nearly 30 years. From soil to trees, grass and weeds, Hillside's certified agronomists test your soil, apply exactly what it needs and nothing it doesn't. Their high-efficiency formulas help protect our waterways. Switch to Hillside now and get $25 off their annual maintenance program. Call Hillside Lawn Service for your free assessment.
This is the revolutionary socket fan by Bell & Howell. The amazing 2-in-1 ceiling fan and light. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can hang the socket fan light. Socket fan comes with this handy remote. You can control the light and the breeze that you need. Socket fan fits any standard light socket. You can do it yourself in less than 10 seconds.
And now, the socket fan lights with deep socket extender is yours for $49.95 with free shipping. Order now, and you can get a second fan for 50% off.
Get cool fast with Socket Fan.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, CoastTV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-owned company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Sue Dalton today at sdalton@wboc.com to get started.
Happening today, it's a great day to bust out your favorite footwear. Today is Rock Your Socks Day, and you are encouraged to wear crazy, mismatched, fuzzy, fun, whatever socks. This is all in the way to support those with Down syndrome. CoastTV's Charlie Sakaitis spoke with one family with a son with Down syndrome who tells us this day is about celebration and joy. It's also about raising awareness.
That's what we're doing on this day. We're more celebrating them and letting the world know just how wonderful they are, even though they need more of us.
Rock Your Socks Day is always held on March 21st or 3/21 because people with Down syndrome have 3 copies of their 21st chromosome. 5:57, let's check in with our coastal pet of the day. And as always on a Friday, we get our coastal pets from the Brandywine Valley SPCA. On your screen right now is Queen of Spades. She loves to stay active, loves attention, and she always loves walks, playing with her toys in the yard, and getting plenty of treats. If you want to adopt Queen of Spades or any other lovable pet, you can just visit the Brandywine Valley SPCA. And we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos. Tell us what makes them so special. On your screens, that QR code. Scan that. Get your friends to us here. And then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 to see all the pets we feature. We're staying on 5:57 on this Friday morning. Got a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door. And Bob, all I can say is I'm looking forward to a fun Friday.
Oh, boy, I am too, Matt. It is Friday, first full day of spring, but you're going to want to bundle up even though we'll see full sunshine because it's going to be windy today. Those winds gusting over 30 miles per hour. You can see some of those wind icons, and we're only warming into the mid-50s, but that's pretty average this time of year, around 55. Partly cloudy skies. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 65 Saturday. Weekend not bad, a little cooler on Sunday, then some showers Monday. Up and down temperatures into next week, more showers by Wednesday, and maybe a few more spring showers by next Sunday. But that 10-day forecast is screaming spring, looking pretty nice.
Thank you, Bob. And coming up in our next hour, failed funding attempt. We break down the referendum vote in the Indian River School District and the next move by officials to deal with increasing operating costs. That and more when Coast TV News Today continues.